recording. We'll start with the handsome Zeus dog, who's now cooperated and lied down. And this is April Johnston with her mishmash socks. Compliments of Kelleyerin. Because it's Hawaii and we're freezing. Notice the fire in the background. Those are real flames. It's 68 degrees here and we think we're dying.
I think it's 65.
It might be 64 and a half because it's pretty chilly. Check your app.
It's 66.
Ah, see, I knew it was freezing. Okay, well, sorry for you guys on the mainland that are actually freezing. But normally we get to brag about much better weather than this. So, okay, we're going to introduce ourselves.
So I'm April Johnston. I'm an equine therapist.
She counsels horses in times of stress and sadness. I think equine therapist is a misleading term.
I do equine fascial integration therapy, which we actually teach at our school.
Which is commonly known as rolfing, and people were not allowed to use that term in the veterinary side of things, but is, for those of you that are familiar with it, what she's doing tissue work-wise is most similar to rolfing.
And I've been doing that since 2008, and I've been an instructor in equine fascial integration therapy since 2010. And prior to my career in equine therapy, I worked as a state research scientist, and so I do have advanced degrees in science. And I also do laser therapy, kinesiotaping, ultrasound, basically whatever the horse needs to help them feel better.
I'm Dr. Kelleyerin Clabaugh. I am the owner and primary practitioner of Aromat Equine Services here in Hawaii. I've been a practitioner for over 15 years now. I've worked at a couple different well-regarded surgical referral centers before starting my own practice here in Hawaii. I'm an event writer, and I have a small breeding operation to produce, hopefully, upper-level event horses. April and I met under unfortunate circumstances with one of her older horses, but through that sad event, we actually realized we both had a nice purpose in life where we wanted to teach other horse people how to better care for their animal.
One of the reasons we started Equine Institute was because having a strong science background, Dr. Clabaugh and I, Kelleyerin and I, both would hear a lot of ideas that horse people had about everything from saddle fit to hoof care to dental care to feeding, all of these things, and they would not be based in any sort of scientific fact. And actually a lot of these ideas went against the biology and the biomechanics of the horse, and we have seen over time that it caused great harm. And so one of the things that she and I have had to do a lot in our practice is to really talk with horse owners about basic equine physiology, biology, and biomechanics to kind of help show them, like, this is why certain things work for horses and this is why they don't. And this is why horses get sick and sometimes they don't.
I feel like we should have our own show on equine mythbusters. There's a lot of tradition and misinformation in the equine community that, you know, we do a lot of things a certain way because that's how we were showed and taught when we were younger, and we didn't question it. And now, 30 years down the road, we're still doing it that way. We don't really know why, but it's just comfortable. So what we're trying to do is help people question why they do things the way they do and make sure you're doing it to the best of your ability and to the most current facts and data that's available, because things change over time. You know, the collective knowledge base has changed over time, and you know, we need to keep up with it. As someone who provides care for another species that's reliant on us, we need to stay up to date. Our school and platform is very media rich because every day we're out in the field getting good photos, good videos of cases as they're happening.
So one of the things we started off with was we wanted to find a way to bring all the information that we had to the public. So we created kind of two separate venues. We have our online school portal at equilibriuminstitute.com, and what that does is basically has a professional training program for bodywork practitioner. Most of our classes are suitable for continuing education approval by equine bodywork schools and state veterinary tech associations. And then we also started creating videos based on, honestly, the homework I would always give clients, saying you need to teach your horse to do certain stretches. And again, because I was really tired of repeating myself, I asked Kelleyerin, who's really a whiz at video making, if she would help me make a series of videos showing the stretches so I could just forward it to clients. And from there, we started realizing the power of YouTube and the way that we could bring a lot of our separate knowledge to our clients, such as how to check a digital pulse.
Super important. I get a lot of phone calls a day where clients are trying to figure out if something is urgent or an emergency or not. So my goal is to have a really educated client base where I can say, okay, let's talk. What is the TPR of your animal? Do they have digital pulses? You know, give them some things that they can check and give me some feedback so I can decide how to juggle my appointments that day. Do I need to wipe the slate clean and rush there, or is this something that we can see this afternoon or even next Tuesday? So these videos are really informative for our clients, so I don't necessarily have to show everybody in person how to do these things, but they're really necessary skills to know. And one of our biggest classes that's kind of taken off from that is the Equine First Aid course. This is an online and hands-on workshop that pretty much anybody who works with, rides, is around horses at all should take this class, or at least have this knowledge if you find it at another source. But it's been a really big success.
Yes, and again, because we realize that our audience goes beyond Hawaii, we actually are really excited to say that we're expanding our video course field, and we're going to be bringing more classes online very soon. We actually are looking to have a class soon for people who are working with therapeutic riding horses, and also we're going to create one but do-it-yourself bodywork for horse owners, as well as hopefully within the next year get some of our basic equine first aid skills online on demand. And honestly, we would like to hear back from you guys. If you go to our website at www.equi-libriuminstitute.com or on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel, you can always leave us a message telling us what kind of classes, videos you would like to see in the future that you think would help you.
Yeah, we try to be available as much as possible, and we really do love hearing back from people. This is still a growing concept, idea, passion, and we want to make it the best it can be. So
we're not fancy people. We're just
our dogs are fancy.
We're two horse chicks. We love horses. We love to help horses. We love horse people, and we want to see how we can be helpful to you.
Thanks.
Another thing I want to say is that oftentimes too is I see a lot of fads happening in the horse world, and human health too.
Yeah.
But you know, like there's going to be this supplement or this type of product or something that is the cure-all be-all, or some new way of trimming feet, or some new miraculous saddle. And what I've seen time and time again is that I still come back to science, and you still, no matter how much we try to shift things around, the horse's biology is what it is, and we can't really go beyond that. So I like to look at and be skeptical about all the new therapies out there. I do use laser therapy, but I'm actually the first to be very skeptical when people tell me they have a laser device. Because I think there's a lot of misinformation out there where basically companies have very good marketers, and they're interested in selling products, not necessarily in really providing sound therapeutic relief for your horse.
We're into selling information, and in fact, a lot of times just giving it away.
It's our YouTube channel.
We just want people to take the best care of their horses they can, and that's why we got together and started this school.
I want to talk a little bit about some of the charitable work that Dr. Clabaugh and I do as well. We have focused in the last few years, we always try to give back to both the horse community and the animal community as a whole.
So one of the things April and I try to do is partner with nonprofit organizations that provide care for horses and oftentimes humans in the community. A lot of the therapeutic riding programs. April does a lot of pro bono work on horses in the program as part of while we're teaching the humans how to do it and about the importance of it. She'll work on the horses there in the program. I'll oftentimes do dental care for these horses, just trying to keep these horses as comfortable as possible because they give back to so much to the program they're a part of and to the community as a whole.
And we've also provided, something else as we like to talk about is through a completely different channel in our lives. Kelleyerin and I last summer raised several $1,000s to provide vet supplies for anti-poaching work in Zambia for the Zambian Carnivore Program and Conservation South Luangwa, but specifically to provide health care for dogs that are on the front line of the wildlife trafficking trade.
That's pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.